What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Day One Radio right here on Live Hip Hop Daily. As usual, I'm Maurice Garden, always with my man Brandon Peters. What's going on with you, man?
Hey man, it's all good. We doing something we never do. We sitting down, we recording on the weekend because we have a very special guest today, your brother and my brother from right 20-30 minutes from my stomping grounds. He is the curb commentator. He is boss balling. He is the ambassador of the Bay.
Revenue retrieving.
Yes, he is the best that ever did it and got away with it.
Nah.
He was the greatest game spitter on the mic, the one and only Earl E-40 Stevens. What's that?
Yeah, I love it. Love you. Man, what's up, my brothers? What's up with y'all, man?
What's going on with you, man?
It's good to see y'all. You know, I ain't seen y'all on hella moons, due to the plandemic, you feel?
You call it the plandemic?
Yeah, that's what people be calling it.
Yeah. Nah, you're right. It's been a minute. I think the last time I saw you was the show at A3C last year.
Yep.
Hell of a show too. Hell of a show. So
thank you.
Let's get the new stuff out the way first, man. I gotta give you kudos, bruh. That Black is Beautiful with Big KRIT is an amazing song, bruh.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. KRIT. We love KRIT for sure. Like, friend of the show, real solid dude, man. How did that come about? Because if I'm not mistaken, that's the first time y'all had worked together, right?
No, really? 40's been on some KRIT.
I've been on KRIT project. Likewise,
You're right.
We got a few songs together. A couple of them. We got a couple songs together, but he was just the right. He always. I've always been a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? And he, he's always, been cool with me. We always been cool. And I was like, who can be on a song like this and really, represent well and it fits. So I sent it to him and he was like, "Oh, gee, I'm rocking with this. I'm gonna have this done in a couple of days for you." He sent it back, and then we shot the video and everything, man. So I appreciate Big KRIT. Shout out to Big KRIT, man, legendary.
Yeah, I was surprised to see a video because we ain't getting too many videos during this time, because of all the restrictions and whatnot.
Yeah, shout out to Jason. At the time, KRIT was in Florida. So he said, "I'll be in Florida for a couple of weeks if you want to come out here, or we can wait till I get back to the A or whatever," right? So my boy Jason, director, he one of the best directors around.
Yeah.
And he fly everywhere, man. And he went and got KRIT part and put some acting in it, and then got some old parts in Sacramento and did me. We knocked out actually 2 videos in one day. We went and got a spot out my way, and it's with the green screen and all that, and he put it together like the weather. That's how you do it. And we did social distance. He was, hella far back with the zoom in, and you know what I'm saying, and shit like that.
Yeah.
And we made it happen.
For sure. Man, now with this whole thing with the Curb Commentator channel too, I noticed that you've always had, from Practice Looking Hard to So Happy to Be Here. You always give us at least one on every album. But on this one, even the songs that was quote unquote street songs, you was dropping gems in there, about what's really going on right now. What kind of pushed you to do that?
Well, as I get older, I get more wiser, and some of the things that I, would have said back in the days, I do it from time to time, but I think things out now. You know what I mean? And I got to be, a good example, without being watered down and seeming like I sold out. I got to plant seeds to the youth, with the youth, and let them know, man, this is how I'm rocking. This is the game I'm spitting. I'm not counting y'all out. I'm with you, but just listen to what I got to say. Like the funk is still pending. That's every soil in the world. Like that's Africa. That's Toronto. That's you know what I mean. That's the United States. That's Australia. That's everywhere. There's always some funk that's pending. And but I was just covering things like, I was talking about, the whole, police brutality shit and all that, and how they say we kill each other, but it's a lot of more white crime, more white on white crime than black on black crime. It's just not. They just point to, they just target us. They just talk about us all the time about it. You know what I'm saying? And then I talk about on a song called Goop. Goop is a nickname that we call cocaine. Out in my city. You know what I'm saying? It's a street name, but we scream. We say Goop, like that nigga on Goop, brother. He on Goop. You know what I'm saying? So instead of I talk about I'm talking to a young man at the beginning and at the end. And I say, bro, get you a job, because that 3 years worth of time and gritting and timing, ain't worth 30 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it just don't add up at all. It just don't.
But you know what though, man? Like I'm like, that's one of the reasons why I still like listen to your music in particular, and actually have to like actively tune out a lot of folks too, because like hip hop is not a spring chicken anymore. Like this thing has been around for a while, so it's like when I would always hear people say, "Oh, it's a young man's game," and it's like, I don't know if I wholeheartedly agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like this young man game, if you still purposely trying to be young, but it's like I would think after a certain age, you would get wiser and you would share things, because that's how you keep this thing alive, by passing down knowledge, not necessarily trying to be the 22-year-old's equal, so to speak.
Right. Nah, I'm just playing my position, man. I'm a half 100 years old, and I'm here to spit straight game, and reality rapping. Say things other people don't talk about, just talk about, I cover things how I grew up and how hard we had it, and at the same time we overcame it. It didn't do nothing but make us stronger. Yeah. My mama being a single parent, and I being the oldest at 8 years old, D-Shot 6 years old, Sugar T 4, and Muggsy 2. You know what I'm saying? And I had to figure it out. I didn't have no older brother.
Yeah.
One thing moms let us do is get out there and experience the world. Like, going outside, be boys. You know what I'm saying? I tell her, go outside, be boys. And we couldn't get us to come back in the house. It was time to eat. We didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's super real. Now, you talked about on records and stuff like that your parents divorced when you was pretty young, man. But what a lot of people don't know is you and your wife Tracy been together over 2 decades, man. Now, I know your grandfather, Reverend Thurman and whatnot was in your life and whatnot, but dude, where did you get that wisdom and game from to keep a marriage together and a successful marriage when you didn't see that immediately in the household?
Well, like Reverend Thurman, they had 11, him and my Grandma Thurman, they had 11 kids. Yeah. One of them, and it was eight females and three boys. One of them was my uncle St. Charles, which is responsible for, spearheading the independent grit, yep. With music. A lot of us, come up under how he got down. Me and him learned together, but he had more knowledge, but he taught me a lot. People follow my footsteps, such as the Master P's and, a lot of other, cats in the game, which is a beautiful thing. But I watched my grandmom and granddaddy raise them, I didn't watch them raise them because I was young, but it was 11 of them, and they was together. Grandma and granddaddy was married for 60-something years, They died like 80 when they was 83 and 82. Grandmama died first, and granddaddy was heartbroken, and you know how that go when it's your soulmate. Yeah. He wasn't but 2-3 months behind her, man. His heart was broke, So anyway, I've been with my girl since 85, late 86, mid 86. I'm sorry, 85, late 85. I went to Grambling State University, and before I left, we made sure we was locked in like a safe, and I never went back, man. It's just been me and her. That's it. Me and wifey. We got married in '91, so we almost 3 decades in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 29 years.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
That's crazy, right?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. And I mean, y'all raised some solid kids, man. Solid kids, man, for sure. Like
shout out to Droopy and Issue. They some super cool dudes, man. The Mosh Pit dude, You know what I'm saying? They hella cool. Like we got a lot in common. You know, we do music together.
Yeah.
We sip wine together. You know what I'm saying? We bowl together. We share pretty much the same sports teams, except for my youngest. You know, he loved the Lakers. I love the Warriors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, we do it all. We play dominoes together. We just, you know, it's good to have, you know, family that has something in common. A lot of one thing I think with the plandemic is that a lot of like people from everywhere, suburbs, the inner city and everything, you know, a lot of kids went to college and came home for a while, had to, you know, before they had to go back recently, and got a chance to kind of really know their parents. You know, I've always been, you know, I got 3 studios in here, 2.5, you know what I'm saying? So we always, they've been around. I like to be, you know, with my family. You know, I do my business, you know, for our shows and whatever, you know, what you call that, major sporting events, which I bring them. You know what I mean? I'll take wifey with me everywhere. We courtside, we 50-yard line, we behind home plate, we everywhere together. You know what I mean? So, but I just see that a lot of these cats, the parents are teaching, like say for instance, the daughters are learning how to cook now. You know what I mean? With their parents, that's what's good about the little situation we're going through nowadays. The sons is learning how to use a hammer and nail and, you know, mow the line. You know what I mean? Shit that they, you know, because a lot of the parents are working from home now.
Yep. Yeah.
So they get to spend more time with their seeds, man. You know.
For sure. What's up with Droopy and Issue, man? I always say Droop is one of the most unheralded, unsung producers, man. Dude is so talented. He just so humble in a day and age where people got to pat themselves on the back to get, you know, to get right. That shine. And then I know Issue, you told me 10 years ago, the Issue was dropping mixtapes and had fans in other countries and stuff.
Yeah, that's real talk.
Yeah,
that's real. He go by the name of the Mosh Pit dude now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, full with it. His shit is like punk EDM, I think he called it. I forgot what his category is, an alternative category now. Like it's some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're cool with it. I say, man, do you pick your poison, man? Go whatever lane you want to go in, man. You got my support. You ain't gotta spend no gangster shit and none of that shit. You good. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what page you on.
So you said you got like 2.5 studios at the crib, you know what I'm saying? So you always got access to the tools, you know. We want to know, like, over this past thing, is it going on 7 months now of being at the crib? Yeah. Like, do you think that this is it playing to your strengths at all? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you found yourself like, well, shit, I'm at the crib, I'm about to go in even more? Or is it like, well, shit, there ain't nobody in a rush out here really right now, I'm about to chill. Like how has this impacted you?
Man, you know I always got something plotted and planned. You know, you cover me. I'm going in to the fullest right these days. As soon as I get off this thing with y'all, I'm going right into the studio, and guess who my engineer is? Issue.
Keep it in the family.
Hell yeah, he been my engineer for half a year now, straight up. Because my other engineer, that's my guy, but we've been practicing social distance. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what we do is we'll send it to Miggy after we get it all down, and then Miggy we'll send it to him. We transfer, and then Miggy put a little twist to it, and you know, sharpen up the vocals and this, that, and the third, and get it sharp, and then we send it off to, you know, wherever I'm sending it to, the mixing and all that. You know what I mean?
Got you. Now, you it's funny you talk about the studios at the crib and your work ethic, because you said several times, and I've witnessed it, that you take your time with writing. You're like one of them speed writers or whatever. So being that you drop so much music, you gotta pretty much constantly be creating.
I do, man. I wake up early. I go to bed late and wake up early. You know, in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? When you all the ideas come in the middle of the morning, just like, you know, 4, 5 in the morning, that shit come. I'm already up like that because I still sleep like I'm on Magazine Street, even knowing I'm a great neighborhood and everything. But it's, you know, thumpers all over this motherfucking all kind of shit. So I just I'm up like this anyway, you know. I don't
it's,
trust nothing.
It's a lot of gates to get to the Stevens estate, bro.
It is.
Ain't nobody sneaking up on you up there.
It's gonna be a rude awakening.
All right.
Hey, I want to take it back some years. We kind of, briefly touched on, everything that goes on in a lot of our neighborhoods and whatnot. And being that you've been around for so long, you're seeing a lot of your peers from the 80s, some of your peers before rap, Lil D on down, coming home now after so many years of incarceration. Man, how does it feel to see these brothers and sisters in some, occasions that you knew from late 80s, early 90s when it was wild in the Bay, coming home now with a different mentality and a lot of that game still, but just on a different mission?
I take my hat off to those cats, you know what I'm saying? Like James Beasley and Lil D and Black and all them, and my partner Lil AF and all. It's so many people out there that came home, and these dudes were solid. They did their time. You know what I'm saying? And didn't crack under pressure. Came out and adjusted to today's society. It's amazing to me. Like, it's like they never left. Like, they know how to. They're not hella ancient and behind time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was in the loop like a hula hoop, kind of when they was in there, but they learned how to do the social media and that's because that's the new way of socializing these days. Because we don't run into the same person like we used to back in the days. Like in Vallejo, a lot of people that I grew up with don't even stay in Vallejo no more. They stay in like Sacramento or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a trip. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit is how people stay connected. And of course we got FaceTime and all that, and you know what I'm saying, and phone. So. With all them cats though, I pick up the phone, what's up, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, man, I love how they adjusted. They really adjusted to the time and did it and did themselves a solid and stayed solid. All the way through. Them boys did 3 decades, like 30 years, pretty much.
That's it.
That's a lot of time. Motherfuckers cracking under pressure these days. Hurry up.
For real.
3 days.
3 days. Hurry up.
For real. I didn't know this because, obviously I was younger back then, but I didn't know until I read Lil D's book that him and Hammer was real tight back then.
Yeah, especially him and Hammer, because they're both from Oakland. I'm from Vallejo. You know what I mean? Me and Lil D, we stayed connected for many years, and we through our mutual friends and my brother-in-law and all, like we just, you know what I mean? You know how it is when everybody know each other and shit like that through family or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it always was. And I go visit him in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shit, that's my partner to this day. He's solid.
No, absolutely. Town legend, man. For real.
Oh, without a motherfucking doubt.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody nowadays, you speaking of technology, is doing podcasts. If you're not in the Bay or from the Bay, you probably don't realize that you was on the radio with E-40 Radio for a minute. You did your thing over there, had some legendary call-ins, legendary interviews, man. You even talked about the Mac Dre one on the last, interview you did, which a lot of people have forgot about.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself messing around with the podcast thing or possibly getting back in the radio at some point?
Yeah, I do, but I'm so busy doing product development. Yeah. I'm just producing all kind of products, man. From food to adult beverages to, sky's the limit. Got a few inventions I'm working on as well. And, of course I'm in the, tech. I'm in over, 40 something, like 48 startup companies from the beginning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, seed A, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to offer a little bit of game, because we've talked to tech entrepreneurs and all kinds of people on the show, and it seems to be for some people one of those things where it's like it's easy to get in when you know somebody, and some folks are like, I don't know nobody. I got the ideas, but how do I get in? And do I already have to be rich? You know what I'm saying? So, like from your experience, being that, it's not like you was walking around with like a computer science degree, like, oh yes, I'm doing this, you know what I'm saying? But how did you wind up getting in? And for people that are curious about it, like what outlets and avenues have you seen in that game for people to like get in and really find a niche for themselves?
Well, I got in, through my man Chameleonaire. He laced my boots. My cousin Tyson Davis hit me about 2013, somewhere around there, and he was like, 40, man, I want to tell you, man, you might want to holler at Chameleonaire because he's into the tech world, and he's doing really good. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit him up. And I really didn't really know all the stuff, like the question you were saying, the other people didn't know, like, how do you do it and this, and so I didn't think it was that. I didn't know, so I was like, shit, man. I hit him up a couple years after that, man. Like, fuck that, because Cam already had hit a couple of niggas. You know what I'm saying? We talking millions when you fucking with this shit. You know what I mean? So anytime some money is being generated, I want in. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So he was like, so he got me in the syndicate, man. It's me and a whole bunch of other influencers, man, and. You know what I'm saying? And we go over everything, what you think is a good one. Is this a good one right here to get into? What about this one? And that's how it all starts. So I've been doing it for like 5 years now.
What's a company that you are involved in on the tech side that people would have no idea that you could talk about?
a moving company called MakeSpace. Google it.
Okay.
That shit is on pace to do numbers too. So basically, it's a company where they actually come get your stuff, right? And then selected states, but every fucking month they get in a new state. Like I believe they're in San Francisco right now, but they range. Sometimes the range has to be further. Once it start flourishing more and more, but it's popping. And so anyway, to make a long story short and a short story long, they come pick, they pack it real nice. They put it in these, put them up in the truck, big MakeSpace truck. Then they take it to a big ass warehouse and they store it, and they know exactly where to get it. If you need to go get, like, say for instance, you got a famous painting you want them to, they had it shit to you to hurry up. And it's like they know exactly where everything is at. And the warehouse is a big one, kind of like an Amazon big ass building. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. So they got them in all kind of states. So that's one of them. I'm in a whole bunch of different shit.
Hey man, I ain't mad at you, bro. Get to it. Speaking of tech, I just James Andrews, one of the homies. Actually, if you don't know James, he's from Oakland and Palo Alto. I need to introduce you to him. Real heavy in the venture capitalist world, but that's my mentor, one of the homies. He just put me on the Clubhouse, and I see you on there too. What you think about it?
Clubhouse popping.
Yeah.
Clubhouse popping. I'll be on that thing. I missed yesterday. We normally on there every Saturday at like 5:00.
Okay. Yeah, I just got on.
Big names be on that thing. We be on that motherfucker, chopping real game.
I see. I just got on like probably 3-4 days ago. So yeah, I'm getting used to it, but a lot of my people is already on there, so I thought that was pretty dope.
When they open it up to the public, it's going to really be interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I want to see how they're going to handle that.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be super crazy. Super crazy. Let's stay on the business tip, though, man. A lot of people, know you from back in the day, top of the line, Ryan Carlos Rossi, but and even in the mid 2000s, you had the E-40, the water out there for a little bit. But now, man, you were going full fledged. I'm gonna run through all of them that I know. If it's anything I forgot, you got different flavors of Slurricane out there. You had the E-40 beer. You got Earl Stevens selections. You got E-40 tequila, Kuiper Belt gin, and Tycoon cognac. Is that everything?
So a couple of products is not developed all the way. I mean, they're there. I got the dry goods. I'm just waiting for a bottling date.
Okay.
Production date. Okay. So Kuiper Belt bourbon and Kuiper Belt gin is on deck like a sailor. It's just I'm just waiting for this bottling date. Because they minimize how many people you can have on the bottling lines. If it's 12 on one line, nowadays because of the pandemic, it's now 6. So, you got to, and everybody is going to, all these big companies are using other companies that they wasn't actually using to do their products, bottle up their products. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's on the way. Copper Bill Bourbon and Copper Bill Gin. I debunked the beer, the 40 ounces. I went through 93,000 cases. I did fairly well. You got to sell a lot of beer to make your margin. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, but it can work. And what it is when I hit it, I have 40-ounce bottles.
Right.
A lot of people were using plastic. I did 40-ounce bottles, and I had it bottled up way in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. The freight charge was whipping my ass. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put it at a certain price. And then when I had it at a certain price, the demand was so big that all the retailers, once the distributor sold it to the retailers would pump that shit up like three extra more dollars. They was getting on, like, trying to get 60%, profit and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're taking it there, right? And so then, but I don't blame the retailers. What it is that it's malt liquor, delicious, but too strong just for even my peers, because not even the arena I come from, the 80s. You know what I'm saying? They like, my folks like, man, 40, I love the beer. The shit just get me too drunk, bro. I don't even drink it. Like, I'm older now. I got grandchildren. I've been drinking Modelo and Corona and Budweiser because I can't drink it. So I understood that, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kind of leave this alone. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave this beer this alone. So now I revamped, and at that time IPAs came out. They was just taking over. My malt liquor didn't have a chance at the time. You know what I'm saying?
It was too early. You came in a weird period.
I definitely came in at a weird period. But I got bounce back abilities. It didn't. Out of all my products, that's the only one. I ain't gonna even say it failed. It's the one that I just kind of like let go. Now I'm back at it. So now I'm doing E-40 beer. And the label is the same as the E-40 tequila beer, and it's a Mexican style lager, just like Modelo, but better.
Okay. We gonna talk. I actually got something to send you. Me and the homie is doing a company based off of our love for beer. So that's all I'm gonna give up right now. But we'll talk. I got something for you.
Sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit,
absolutely,
man.
Absolutely.
Do your thing.
So
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So a lot of times we've seen a bunch of rappers do partnerships with different companies, equity deals, things of that nature. When it comes to the liquor, you're one of the few that I'm aware of that these are your companies. Period. Yeah, that's awesome.
100%. No silent investors. No nothing. Just the Stevens estate. That's it.
That's big, man. That's big, and it's been doing super well, man. Like, you see a lot of people talking about it, man. I feel like at one point, and you tell me this or not, do you think that your success in the liquor business is going to eclipse the success you've had in the rap game?
Yes, I do. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I think it's just going. It's a bigger profit for one.
Yeah.
Liquor is like, you can go from zero to to a hero real quick. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing it for 5 years. Actually 6 now, since 2014.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it took Tito's 20 years. Tito's vodka. You know what I mean? Like, from what I understand, I don't know. I don't know if it's for sure, but I know that Ciroc was around for a long time.
It was.
Yeah.
They were giving it away.
When Puffy got to it. Yeah, when Puffy got to it, Puffy just took it to a whole nother page, because Puffy is a great marketing guy, and that's P Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So he did his thing, right? And then even Effin. I remember when 50 got behind Effin. Effin was around already, but Effin, when 50 got behind that and it did its little thing, then he backed up out of it. I guess he made his little good out of it. I would say little good, made his good out of it, and started doing his own thing, but you ain't really heard about Effin too much after that. You feel me? After he left,
Right.
So it's like, that's how I know our culture is strong. And me being my own brand ambassador and being 100% owner, the vendor of record, where the checks goes directly to me, nobody else. You feel me? hey man, it's a beautiful thing. What I'm doing right now is just exercising just making sure I get my states, getting more and more states, because I treat just like it's independent. I just got Ohio, which I've been trying to get. I just got Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits of Ohio. That is the big deal to me, because I'm in Indianapolis, I'm in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that whole surrounding area. So if I get that in Wisconsin, which I'm working on right now, Wisconsin, I'm on that right now. That's Midwest, and also Chicago, right? So that's why the e-commerce and stuff like that. I'm glad that I can sell stuff online too, sell the wine and the liquor online now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't know that this distribution game with liquor is one of the hardest nuts to crack.
It is,
because every single state has their own rules and regulations.
Yes, some states are controlled, some states are not, and like Atlanta, people wonder why you ain't in Atlanta. Man, it ain't that easy to get in Atlanta. You can get it, but they want a lot of personal information, which I ain't got nothing to hide. But getting your license and shit is real heavy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm eventually have it, but I want to make sure I got the right distributor in that. Each state you don't have to have the same distributor. Like my California, I'm with Southern Glazed Wine Spirits of California, Southern of Washington, of New Mexico, Arizona, Indianapolis, Indiana, you know what I'm saying, Ohio, Florida. You feel what I'm saying? But I use other distributors too in other states. Right. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong. I got some small. I got a couple of black distributors.
Dope.
My Kentucky distributor is black owned. One of the first black owned distributors. Period.
What state did you say that was?
Kentucky.
Kentucky,
buddy.
Awesome.
And I am a couple of my brokers in different states that in Missouri. One of my brokers, he got Missouri, he got Oklahoma, and he got Arkansas. He's a brother. You know what I'm saying? I got a broker that's a sister. She's in she got Tennessee and she got Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? So I got people on my team and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really in one of them spaces, man, where I know that it's gonna be soon, man. It's gonna be soon, bro. And my Tycoon Cognac and my Tycoon Vodka, stay tuned. The Tycoon Cognac just got here. Shit, it's at the Port of Oakland. It's gonna be ready for sale in next week. Distributors all the retailers can buy from my distributor. You feel me? So
what's up?
Go ahead.
I want to take you back, man. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 2006, probably the biggest year of your career, sales-wise, notoriety-wise. You had Tell Me When to Go. You had the verse on Snap Your Fingers, huge song. And then you had the song that my brother Maurice Garland helped you put together. You and that with T-Pain and Candyman. And I remember, dude, you helped the Bay Area as a whole, helped bring the West Coast back as well, because that was my XXL days. I remember you was doing the N1 mixtape tour, and we was back, at Madison Square Garden. You performed and all of that. But I will never forget, Keek was in town at one point, and we went to Best Buy by the office. And, in New York, they check your bags, coming in, going out, all of that. So we leaving out, Keek had bought something. And the security was like, nah, I don't need to check your bag, man. You Keek the Sneak, Oakland, hyphy. And I was like, dog, that would have never happened without Tell Me When to Go.
Right.
Never. You know what I mean? Take me back to that 2006, man, and just like how monumental that year was in your career.
Man, it's a trip because, like I said, I don't live under a rock, so I'm a product of my environment in a good way. You know what I'm saying? And I say it like this because it's like I don't live under a rock, so my surroundings is what I talk about, right? Like right now, our surroundings is what? Police brutality and shit. So, you got to stay focused on what's going on. So, the hyphy movement started in the town. We all know that, and blossomed throughout the whole Bay Area. And you know what I'm saying, what you call it, spearheaded by Mac Dre, right? You know what I'm saying? He definitely did his thing with that, man. And, and I I joined in like every motherfucking body else in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? So, and what's so beautiful about this situation is I had the hyphy movement cracking, and I was part of the snap movement with Snap Your Fingers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that whole little thing with Lil Jon them, you know, I was with BME. They was the king of snap music, like, you know, with the snap. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Kings of snap and crunk.
Crunk. Yeah, right. Crunk, you know, so it's a trip. And Lil Jon played a big role in both of them because he the one who made Blow the Whistle and Tell Me When to Go and You and That Booty and shit like that and Snap Your Fingers. Like, he was killed it, man. Muscle Cars and Rick Rock, man, you know. Right. You know, he did that area like that. Tell the people that 40 Water.
Like, exactly.
He did that. He did that motherfucking Go Hard or Go Home. And in 93, I mean in 2003, we did the song Hyphy. I did the song Hyphy with Federation. That shit was cracking. Yeah. Hyphy. Making Mosey never want to
call the cops. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, that shit is crazy. We was bumping that at my club, at Ambassador's Lounge in San Jose.
Yeah, I remember that.
Come on.
I remember that. What I know Lil Jon is heavy on the DJing thing. He has his wine too. We need some more Bay Area Lil Jon collaborations, man. Everything.
Lil Jon just sent me a pack. He just sent me a slap pack, my ninja. That's probably finna be one of the songs I'm finna have at. You dig?
Good. That's that. We need that.
Yeah, that's when I'm finna go get it. Red now. As soon as we get off the Zoom, Uweko.
For sure. I wanted to talk about, like, you obviously got relationships with a lot of people, but one of the cats that a lot of people don't really know how far y'all go back is Kendrick. I remember when you was on the Tech 9 tour, and Kendrick was J-Rock's hype man. And I remember us going back to your hotel and y'all working on the
yeah. We'd be in there. He would go to the studio. Him and J-Rock was always in the studio with me before and after the shows we did on tour. You know what I'm saying? And they just hung out with me. They always was good kids, man. Just good at the time. They was, you know, to me, young kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, and I just knew they was eager and ambitious. And what I love about J-Rock and Kendrick, J-Rock, you know, Kendrick was his hype man, and Kendrick just played his position.
Yeah.
You know, I knew both of them was gonna be, you know, was gonna flourish, but you know, Kendrick just he took off, and as he took off, J-Rock didn't hate on him, just like Kendrick didn't hate on him, and and then J-Rock came and got him a Grammy and came with that winning song that's legendary, and I just love to see, you know, people flourish and not stab each other in the back and still have each other back. I love to see that. That warms my heart, bro, in real life, man.
And he showed you love on the money trees. Bumping that new E-40 after school. You know, been balling with my homies.
My whole family. We love Kendrick, man. We love Kendrick. We love TDE, man. We love Q, Schoolboy Q. We love the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, J-Rock. You know, Top Dog. That's my dog. You know, we was all over at Warner Brothers together. You know what I'm saying? Before that, you feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, not to mention the whole Tech 9 connection. People forget that Top and Strange have done a lot of business together.
Many years, man. Come on, man. We all connected and respected, and we all got love for each other. Shout out to Travis. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Travis is someone to really look at as a true businessman, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And, all of them, dude. I got nothing but love for Strange Music. You know what I'm saying? And Top Dog Entertainment.
So, you know, piggybacking off of, you know, how, you know, you got to see folks like Kendrick and J-Rock and them when they were young. Like, who are some youngsters in the Bay that you're rocking with right now? You know what I'm saying? Whether they're youngsters or they might be an older cat that's finally getting a little bit of shine. You know what I'm saying? Who are some, you know, some up-and-comers in the Bay that you're rocking with right now?
I love my man Larry June, man. You know,
bruh, I fucks with Larry June, bruh.
Yeah. No,
I like Larry June, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I like him, man. You know, I worked with him years ago when he was young June.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got him on. He on my album. He on the Block Brochure, or one of them about 9 years ago that I put out. You feel me? That's crazy, right? But as a matter of fact, he turned. I got him on this new EP, the Curb Commentator, Channel 3. You feel me? That's finna come out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I like Lil Bean. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Of course, I love Pilo. Pilo, my guy.
Yeah.
Pilo coming with it. You know, I love, man. You know, to be honest with you, man, I rock with the Bay. Period. Like, I don't get a chance to really get into everybody's music, but when they come across my plate, and I like it, I'm gonna embrace it. And I support those who support me. You know what I'm saying? If you don't support me, it ain't gonna hurt me. I'm already, you know, my identity is already carved into the history books. Now you need to concentrate on yourself getting in there. You feel me? so good either way, you know.
Rappers rarely admit to when this may happen, but I'm curious if you've ever witnessed it. Because, like, you know, if anybody that's been listening to a lot of your more recent work, when you are working with younger cats, like, you still rapping circles around these dudes. Like, you really still gassing on them. Have you seen times where it's like a young cat got in there and they're like, oh shit, 40 still got it. Let me go back and rewrite my shit and come back. Like, have you seen that? Has that happened in the studio?
Hey, man. Hey, you know, I haven't. It's funny. The reason I'm cracking up is because I tell the rapper before I get on this record, I say, you know, you're gonna have, you know, I'm out gas you, and you're gonna have to write your verse over, right? I just be playing with them. Because I like friendly competition. I just do that to anybody.
Yeah.
I just do that to anybody. I don't care who I'm on a song. If I'm on a song with Jay-Z, whoever it is, I don't care. I'm just gonna tell you I'm out gas you. You know, and all it's gonna do is make the song even better because we both gonna go hard. You feel me? So, I don't. You know, sometimes you could go in there and adjust. Like, I had a couple of things where I said, what did I say on I don't fuck with you. What did I say? The flow that I use. On my way to Sacramento, late night, Arsenio, and then. That's when Big Sean, he had one in there and adjusted to he had all his lyrics, but he put a little thing where everything that I do is my first name. You know what I'm saying? He used the same type of, but that's making a record. That's why the shit is at, you know, 8 million worldwide, 8 million copies worldwide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to get into that song. Like, you know, Detroit and the Bay Area is sister cities. Like, it's always been a kinship. We always, you know, held it down with them. They always listen to our artists. We support their artists. That's how it's always been. Man, like, for you guys to come together in 2014, you know, two of the biggest artists from your respective areas, and just drop one of the biggest songs of that year, a song that's still getting played to this day, man. Like, what was that like? Did y'all know that this song was going to be one of them ones when you went in?
You know me, man. I'm going to call. I like to stay in contact with people, especially when I feel like you my friend. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know what the fuck Sean was doing. I just called to say what's up, right? I wasn't calling for him to get on the song or nothing. Yeah. I just called. He just, OG, what's happening, OG? OG, we was just talking about you, OG. My nigga, I got this record, and they got your name written all over it. But you gotta kill it. It gotta be like your dopest verse ever. You gotta kill it. I say, send that thing over, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Send that thing over. I had a couple people in the studio. You know, you got your folks. I had cousin Feek and work baby, my cousin work baby in there vibing with me to make sure that motherfucker was all the way. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, and he did on his end too. He had his folks. So we was, man, that shit came out to be a masterpiece. And I love Big Sean for that because, I mean, we ate, and we still eating off of it. You know, he included me. You know, and he didn't have to do that. He could have gotten anybody on there, but I think I did a fucking pretty good motherfucking job.
and that video was dope too. I always appreciated the way they placed you in the video too. It's like, you know, he's literally in the booth spitting game. It's
exactly. I had the suit on and shit, you know.
Exactly.
Oh man, that was good times. I love Ty Dolla $ign too, man. You know, he always been there for me. You know what I'm saying? And we did that. That saved, you know.
Another huge song.
That's a platinum single too. That was platinum.
But you know what though?
Gotti, You know, we that's a platinum. You know what I'm saying? Like
one of my favorite recent ones from you from the last 5 or 6 years though, and it wound up not being a big song. Y'all did a video for it, but you did go ham on that Schoolboy Q Dope Dealer.
Oh yeah, like, yeah. I gotta put in my order for that because the album would go and I was on the album. The single might not have went go, but I was part of the album, so I gotta put in that order too. Now I think about it, that's crazy. Hell yeah, that Dope Dealer was hard. You know, the average listener, like his fans didn't like it. They be like, oh, why you put him up there? They like the song, but they didn't like me because I'm so different. And they don't know it. That's over their head. The shit I was saying was way over their head, like a shower nozzle, of course. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
you know what? I can attest to that because he had a show here. He had this show where he was kind of like previewing the album. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like a concert venue type thing. It was just like a secret ticket fan type thing. So he's like previewing, like playing the songs. The album had just came out. Yeah. And I remember when that came on, you know, a lot of cats were like, he ain't got to do this song. I mean, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
That's because a lot of the cats I hate to say it, they so used to playing it so safe. Mm-hmm. They don't like anything that's different, you know. And you know how it is, man. I'm acquired taste, you know. It's either you like me or you hate me. However it is, that's your business. I'm more liked by many, you know.
Yeah.
To every one hater, it's 100 people that love me. You feel me? So
yeah, you told me a long time ago some of your biggest fans is people that couldn't stand your music early on.
Until they start going through the shit I've been talking about for years and telling them from the beginning. Yeah. And they told me it's fans that apologize. I didn't know 40, my bad. I didn't know until I started living it and going through this, and now I know you was ahead of your time. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm a fan for life now. They told me.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You know, some years ago, we did a little slang situation for Genius.com. Shout out to the homie Rob Markman.
Shout out to Genius.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It was called Rap Genius, wasn't it?
It was Rap Genius. Then they got that big money and just became Genius, period.
They're going to get some more money. Huh?
Exactly. So, you know, you talked about the dictionary for years. We've gotten to the point now where people don't even pick up dictionaries no more. Will we see a slang app or anything along those lines?
Nah, because I'm older and my gas is valuable. I can't. I just don't. That they can catch my slang in my songs. I can't give y'all. I left it alone. Like I'm cool. You know, if I got a word for, if I got a coin for every, I got a line where I say if I got a coin for every if I got a coin for every coin that I coined, if I got a coin for every word that I coined, I'll be a gazillionaire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm not even tripping, man. You know what I mean? I just, you know, it be cracking me up though how a lot of these youngsters don't know that the shit they saying is already been said, like by this rapper here. Like there wasn't the shit I say wasn't said by rappers before me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't said like it wasn't said. It was just natural and organic because I lived the life. I'm from the soil. You know, I done seen everything in the trenches, in the slums, you know what I'm saying, the gravel, the soil, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? I was there. Right. So it was natural like an afro for it to, you know, for me to talk about certain things, you know.
Hey, but don't sleep on the idea too much. I mean, you're already doing sophisticated wines. I don't see why we can't have a sophisticated coffee book. You know what I'm saying? like coffee table book of the slang, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting with the wine at the fireplace, flipping through the slang book, you know what I'm saying?
That's real talk. Hey, Brandon, who is there behind you in your picture?
Stevie Wonder.
I can't see the top part. See me?
Yeah, it's Stevie Wonder. That's it's a young a woman out of Detroit named Desiree Kelly.
Okay, that's dope. All right. Okay.
She does her thing. She hard. Yo, so one thing we gotta ask you about for sure. It's been 19 years since we had a Click album. Was that 2001? Money and Muscle, right?
That's crazy. We gotta do it. It's the easiest time now to do it.
Yeah, man. We need that. It's something
CDs,
about.
motherfucker ain't gotta wait for CDs to come back unless he want to press up CDs. I think we should do CDs though, because it's still a base out there for CDs for sure, and vinyl. Yeah, you can make $2 doing that shit. You know,
vinyl is big. Vinyl is
vinyl
big right now.
Sure.
Vinyl is for people with disposable income.
Because it ain't cheap.
Yeah.
It ain't cheap. No, but we definitely need to hear that, man. It's something about hearing the four of y'all together on a song that is just a classic Bay Area, classic West Coast sound, man. We definitely.
I agree. We definitely need to. I agree with that. I gotta finish out this series, Curb Commentator Channel 3, and then Curb Commentator Channel 4, and we'll be emotional like the ocean. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And I'm working on a couple of things, great ideas that people will be pleased when I'm done with it. I got a lot of things in the pipeline right now, good brother.
I believe you. What can people? I mean, you already gave us a couple things from that you're gonna do on Volume 3, Channel 3. When is it coming out? Because I know you said you was releasing one every 2 months.
Yeah.
And then what can people expect from it?
Just some good E-40, vintage E-40 with a new school twist. Then Channel 4 is December, and that's gonna be all the channels combined with like 10 more new songs.
That's big.
You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do vinyl for that. Not vinyl, but CDs for that.
CDs also sound better.
Yeah.
Than the truncated audio or whatnot.
Yeah, I'll probably do CDs for that for sure.
So is it? This is a personal question. Is it time for the book yet?
It definitely is. I just gotta. Oh man, it's just I ain't had time to eat a fortune cookie, you know.
Right.
You know, I've been really pushing my adult beverages and developing them and getting them ready for production. And the same as my food packing for the gun with the spoon. I'll be doing shit finding Costco and shit. You feel what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. People don't. They follow you on your Instagram. They know that you
they know I'm brewing up something with the gun with the spoon. They know it's rather a show or something, but it's that too. But it's like it's co-packing, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's under the gun with the spoon.
For sure. And for those who are not aware, who are not in the food business, what is co-packing?
That's you know what I'm saying. I can't tell you exactly what I'm doing, but it's shit that you can find in the meat departments in Costco and Walmart, and not just meat, but just even in the cereal department, not cereal, but like, you know what I'm saying, just like dry foods too as well, you know. So
gotcha.
You know, so I'm just I'm doing I got some good shit coming out.
I believe you, man. I ain't letting you off the hook. We gonna figure it out with that book. We gonna make it happen.
Yeah, stay on me, bro.
I got you for sure, man. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate your time, man. We please let people know where they can follow you, where they can support.
Yeah, you can find me on social media, E-40 everything. All my stuff is verified. You know, you can follow Kuiper Bell Spirits. You can follow that. You can find Tycoon Spirits. You can find Earl Stevens Selections. What else on there? Oh man, there's so many. And of course, you can just my page got everything you need to go to. So just go to E-40 on the Instagram, E-40 on Twitter, and E-40 on Facebook.
Absolutely. Yeah. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. It's good seeing y'all. Great talking to you. Sorry I was a little late, man. You know, I love y'all. Thank you for supporting me all these years. There's always people in the shadows. People don't realize that got your back. You know, even when you don't think they do, they see it all. They see it all, and they play they be in the cut. And that's people like y'all. And I know y'all got love for me, and it's vice versa. And I appreciate y'all. And keep going. Good luck with the show. Don't stop. Stay on the grid.
For sure, for sure. We appreciate y'all watching through Live Hip Hop Daily. Appreciate y'all listening through our partners at CLNS Media. And we'll see y'all next week with another dope show. Peace.
Yes, love.